Hi Gemini, welcome to October. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. Before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. So this month we have a full moon in Aries on October 1st, and then a new moon in Libra on the 16th, and then Mercury goes retrograde on the 13th of October until November 3rd. And Pluto goes direct. Saturn's already direct, and then Pluto goes direct on the 4th, which we'll find out. I'll go over that later when we do the astrology. But for now, let's see what the cards say for Gemini. What does Gemini need to know about love and relationships for the month of October 2020? What does Gemini need to know about love and relationships for the month of October 2020? What does Gemini need to know about love and relationships for the month of October 2020? The Ten of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Tower, the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Empress, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. So major changes are coming your way this month and in the future. So we start the month out probably at the full moon with this Ten of Swords. This is here's the thing. Something is ending. The Ten of Swords and the Tower, major changes where you have to accept that a cycle is over. Something that it can't get any worse. It can only get better. With the Ten of Swords, you're at the end. The end of your troubles, the end of your heartache, the end of everything that's been, you may have been feeling beaten down by life. But you have the Nine of Cups crossing this 10. The Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. So even though something may have ended in a relationship, you have the Three of Swords here in the past. And you're going through some major changes. The Queen of Cups, you could have been dealing with a water sign. Someone who is very psychic, very sensitive. Maybe a little bit too sensitive for you, where that their feelings were constantly being hurt. Anyway, this influence is passing, and you're moving into the future. The Tower it represents major change. Something that has ended or is in the process of ending. It's freeing you to move in a better direction. So if a relationship is ending or some situation, if a cycle is coming to an end, go with the flow, meet it. Don't try to fight it. Don't try to fight whatever is ending right now. Don't try to hold on to the past. Because with the Three of Swords, you're cutting away. The Three of Swords is a cutting away of what's no longer working. Sometimes it can mean a relationship ends, and you may feel devastated by it. Sometimes, especially with the Tower and the Ten of Swords, there may be a feeling you're going through a difficult time in the process of releasing. But the future is so much better once you release and accept that a cycle has ended and you start moving into the new path, which is coming up And it may require that you get out of your comfort zone. It may require major change. But it's leading to a better future, a better path. You have the Nine of Pentacles here. And here's this woman in her garden. And you're going to be doing better financially. This ending is bringing you to a new... You have, look at all these nines you have here. The Nine of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles. It's going to lead to greater abundance and love in the future. But you have to just release whatever has ended. Release the past, release the trauma, release the hurt, the pain. Here's this woman, she's in her house and she's comfortable financially, but she's feeling lonely. She wants to share her life with someone. So after the dust settles, you're going to be ready for another relationship. Or you're going to be ready to move into a new direction. She's got the hawk here as a power animal. So that means a message is coming. So be prepared this month, especially because your ruling planet Mercury is going to be going retrograde. And that can bring, and at the end of the month it's going to connect with Uranus. That could bring some unexpected messages. So just be on the lookout. You have the Eight of Cups here. This is about moving on. Something that was once fulfilling is no longer giving you that same joy, and it's time to move on. This is a card of moving away from something that was once good but is now it just doesn't do it for you anymore, and you're ready to move on to something that is more fulfilling. Maybe even a more spiritual path. You may not be as concerned with material things or with objects. You might be more concerned with, does my life have meaning? And what am I doing that really, is it feeding my soul? So you have to, whether it's the work that you do or the relationships that you're in, they have to feed your soul in some way. It can't just be about physical pleasures or, the material things of life. It has to go deeper. Now, in your environment, you have the Empress. This is about home, family, creativity, abundance. So a lot of your energy may be focused on that. Maybe that's your dream. Maybe you want to spend more time with family and with loved ones. And you're going to make major changes in your life to allow that to happen. Maybe more work-life balance. Coming up in your wish fulfillment, you have the Three of Pentacles. This is a card of success and recognition. And that's going to happen. I feel, okay, I'm seeing two patterns here. One, something is ending, and you need to let it go. Something that involved you a lot of heartache and a lot of grief. And your life it's like you're building from ground zero. You're rebuilding your life. And there may be a period of loneliness where you're kind of processing everything, figuring out, where do I want to go from here? You're definitely walking away from something because you have this calling for something, like something is calling you. So you don't want to jump into something new. You want to figure out, what is the right path? What is right for me in terms of relationship? What's going to give me that feeling of home and family and feeling nurtured? Because the Empress is the mother energy. What is going to allow me to use my skills to the best of my ability so that I feel like I'm using my God-given talents. I'm not just doing a job. I'm not just pushing paper. I'm utilizing my talent. And because this Three of Pentacles, it's about being recognized for your talent, whatever that is. And that recognition is going to come within 3 months. And here you have the Ten of Pentacles as an outcome. The Ten of Pentacles is not only the wealth card, because pentacles represent abundance, material abundance, but it's also the happy family card. That's more than money. It's security, feeling safe, like someone has your back. And here is like you see the man, the woman, the child, the dog. You're going to wind up getting everything you've always wanted with the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups here. But it's going to involve major change, getting out of your comfort zone, walking a new path, the Eight of Cups, leaving behind what is no longer fulfilling, cutting out the deadwood, recognizing that something has ended and you need to move on to achieve this Nine of Cups and this Ten of Pentacles energy and the Empress. So you have the ability to have the home, the family, the love, the security, the success that you want. You just have to make it through the changes. And you have to release the past. If something is ending, don't try to hold on because it's familiar. Let it go. Even though you may have, there's a lot of heartache involved in this let go. But the future is so bright that if you could only see and know what I'm seeing, you would not have a problem with letting go, because if you hold on, you're blocking this future from manifesting. So release what's no longer serving you. Reach out for something more meaningful. And you will be, 3 months from now, you'll be starting to experience that success. And be prepared for a message. There is a message coming, and it may be shocking. Maybe shocking news or unexpected news, but it's going to lead to a better life. So let's see what the astrology has to say for Gemini. Okay, so the full moon is happening in your 11th house, and the sun is in your 5th house. Now this full moon, so the 11th house represents friendship, the groups that you belong to. It's also your hopes, your wishes, the money you earn from your job or business. So something is completing at this time. You're either finishing up a project and it's time to release it and move on to the next stage. You might be ending a friendship, or even ending a romance, going from romance to a more serious commitment. But I feel like it could be a relationship that's ending, that is somewhat romantic, but it could also be a friendship. It could even involve children. Something involving a child is coming to completion. The moon is conjunct Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. So I think this moon is going to trigger some of your wounds around friendship, around children, around romance and love. Where is that wound that you need to release so that you can have everything that you want? You have Uranus is in conjunct the moon. It's or the sun, I'm sorry. Because the sun is in Libra, it's forming, some people call it quincunx, in conjunct, same thing. It's in the 12th house. So there's something that needs to come up from the subconscious. There could be some surprise. You need to be freed from some emotional baggage. And Uranus can do this when you least expect it. Uranus can be kind of disruptive if you're not open to change. Now, Gemini, as an air sign, you are open to change. The air signs are more open to change than, let's say, the earth signs or even the water. Unless you have, heavy earth and water in your chart. But I feel like something needs to be revealed to you at this time, at this full moon. And you have to look at the reality of things. You have Venus in the 3rd house, trining Mars in the 11th. So there's potential for romance when Venus trines Mars. What's weird about this full moon, it has some pretty intense aspects, some harsh tension going on with Mars squaring Saturn and Pluto. But it also has Venus trine Mars. So there is love in the air in spite of the difficulties, in spite of the tension. You can find love this month. The conflict that you might be experiencing, because Mars is in the 11th house in Aries. And it's squaring Saturn and Pluto in your 8th house. That could be that there's a tension around financial matters, money that you're expecting to receive from, someone else. because the 8th house has to do with taxes, inheritance, insurance payout. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. But it also has to do, the 8th house also has to do with your demons. Oh, God, I had to drink something. The dark side that you're afraid to face within. We all have it. We all have a dark side. We all have fears about intimacy. The 8th house is the house of Scorpio and Pluto. And Pluto's in your 8th house, so it's very strong here. And Saturn in Capricorn is very strong. There could be power struggles over money. There could be fears about intimacy that you need to confront. It's time to go deep. Saturn is showing you the reality. So don't be afraid to look within and go deep and release. You know, once you see the truth, you can't unsee it, and then you have to do something about it. Now the other thing, Jupiter's in your 8th house as well. And Jupiter is sextiling Neptune in your 10th house. So this could be a time of career success where you finally, you get opportunity to do something you've always wanted to do. Neptune could be, maybe you're doing something creative, something that involves music, art, photography, dance, anything creative. But it could also mean, Neptune is also the healing, doing some social work, taking care of people less fortunate, counseling, healthcare, nursing. So if you're waiting, depending on what you want to do in life, you have a chance to achieve a dream. And if only thing that's stopping you is financial support, Jupiter can bring that. Mercury, your ruling planet, is going through your 6th house. That's the house of work. It's the house of sacrifice. It's the house of health. So you could be under some mental stress. But Mercury's, in Scorpio, Mercury is wanting you to go deep and have those deep discussions. Don't just skim the surface of things. With Gemini, sometimes, Gemini likes to keep things light. Mercury wants to go deeper in Scorpio. Go beneath the surface. Delve into the dark places that we're always afraid to look. Maybe you'll find some things that are preventing you from having true intimacy. And if you can confront those fears and you can confront those wounds and commit to breaking free and getting out of your comfort zone, it can lead you to a very secure future where you achieve everything you've always wanted to in relationship and in career. So then we have a new moon in Libra on the 16th. And that's happening in your 5th house. And it's opposing Mars in the 11th. So it means with Mars in Aries and Aries and Libra, the Mars energy in Aries is very strong. It's like me, I want what I want. It's my goals. I'm the warrior. I'm fighting for what I believe in. I'm fighting for what I want. But the Libra energy, the moon and the sun, is about learning how to compromise, learning how to work with others, learning how to negotiate. So you could have a new beginning in the 5th house. It could be a new romance. It could be maybe a child, a new cycle coming in that has to do with children. A new beginning in some type of creative project where you're allowed to express yourself. And if it's a project or even a romance, whatever it is, you're driven to take action because Mars in Aries in the 11th house, you're wanting to achieve a goal or dream and you're very ambitious about it. Now, normally things that are in Libra are everything, it's like a party, it's harmony and it's peace and tranquility. But with this Mars energy activating it, opposing it, it's not going to be as peaceful. This new beginning, it can't be all love and light. You have to take action. You have to fight for what you believe in. There has to be some, you just can't go with the flow with Mars and Aries. And you have a square, Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto are T-squaring this new beginning. So the conflict is, it could involve money, the thing that's blocking you, where you feel frustrated. I want to do this, and I really want to, have this romantic relationship, but I have no money, or I need more money. Or I want to create I have this new idea for a project, but I need financial support, and I have to fight to to manifest this dream. Now, at the same time, Venus, by the time this new moon comes around, Venus will be in Virgo. It will have left Leo, and it will move into Virgo, where it's not quite so comfortable, because Venus in Virgo is very picky. And it's very fussy. It wants what it wants. It has specific ideas about what it wants in relationship and in love. And Venus will be moving through your 4th house of home. So you might be decorating your home. You might be feathering your love nest, painting, decorating, getting things ready. There could even be romance that happens at the house. You meet someone in your house. Venus is going to be trining Pluto and Jupiter. That can bring opportunity for money and for love. Maybe through a partner's income. You connect with someone that has money, or because of their influence, you wind up getting that support. The North Node is in Gemini. It's in your sign, in your 1st house. And that's about communication and communicating the facts. Because Gemini likes to process information and likes to spread the word. You're the storyteller of the zodiac. With Mercury in the 6th house, retrograde, it could bring some people back into your life that you knew from the past, especially people that you used to work with. Because the 6th house has to do with your employees, or the day-to-day aspects on the job. It could also be mental stress, because it's also a health aspect. And Mercury is opposing Uranus at this new moon. So there could be some surprises. Surprise communication from someone you never expected to hear from, maybe someone from the past, someone that you used to work with, like I said. But it could also mean a new breakthrough in the way you're thinking. You may have new ideas spring up from your subconscious that will help you solve some problems. If you have something that you have to figure out, or some dilemma, Mercury-Uranus contacts can bring brilliant ideas, sudden inspiration, like eureka moments. And if you have to communicate, especially with Mercury in Scorpio, it's a good time and Uranus in the 12th house, it's a good time to talk about some psychological issues that have always bothered you or blocked you, or to find, really go deep and find out things. We all have our blind spots. This is a great time to get at those blind spots and release that baggage, so it doesn't, sometimes we operate on unconscious programming. This is a good time for you to reveal that, release it, communicate about it, talk about it, heal it. And then you can move on to this Venus trine Jupiter energy, Venus trine Saturn, Venus trine Pluto, which is happening in your 8th house. So if you're coming up with ideas, you could figure out ways to create greater abundance in your life, to bring in more income, more support, more security. And with Venus trining Saturn, if you're starting a relationship or a romance, it could be very powerful because it's trining Pluto. It could be very something that lasts with someone who's very stable. Saturn is stability, longevity. Maybe there's an age difference. With Jupiter, someone who's a lot of fun, very optimistic, extravagant even. You might even, with Venus trine Jupiter, you want to watch your spending. You might get caught up in a romance and want to spend a lot of money on someone. So be careful with that. But Saturn's there too, so Saturn will keep you in line. It's not like it's just Jupiter. But there will be powerful emotions. There's a potential for powerful new beginning in romance. With Venus trining Pluto, you can connect with someone on a deep level. And I'm seeing this as in your future, this Ten of Pentacles. Look at this card. It's like, and they lived happily ever after kind of card. You know, their financial needs are met, their need for home and family is met. They've got it all. They've even got the little dog. 2 dogs. So loyalty, children, family. These things can be yours. And security, financial security. So whatever blows up and needs to be, you know, released, just release it. Because you're on the new path is going to take you where you want to be. So don't hold on to something that's crumbling. Let it go. So that's my forecast for October, Gemini. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you liked the video, if it resonated with you, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. Leave a comment, let me know. I love reading all the comments. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website. And we'll be working together. In the meantime, I don't even want to say enjoy October because I know it's going to be tough. Have a wonderful October. And much love, peace, and strength to you. And I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.